Greetings and welcome to another edition of a build. This time we've got something new in the form of a 62 MAS case. I've been looking forward to doing one of these. It's really good quality. It's come from AliExpress as usual, but it's unusual in as much as it's got a bit of extra detailing that you generally don't get from those guys. I like this a lot. I think this is going to become one of my favourite wearing watches actually, because I've poked the dial up inside the case and it looks pretty hot, and I like these hands a lot. I think they're going to go well. There's some nice black markings around that face, which that's going to go well with. I like the yellow writing for the divers, and I don't think that the orange is going to clash at all with that. In fact, I think it's going to look quite cool. So we've got an NH35 movement. The dial unusually has got all three of the settings, 3, 3.8 and 4.1, but I did offer that up into a Captain Willard, and interestingly it didn't float my boat anywhere near as much as it does in that case. So that case it's going to be, and we'll just crack on and do the dial. How many times have you seen these snipped on this channel? I mean, it's getting a bit dull now, isn't it? We're in at 3 o'clock, so we cut the logs off that are least near 3 o'clock to be able to position in the dial, and then I'll just file those down. You've seen that a million times on the videos. I'm not proposing to do it again in this one. So I've just filed that off using my very small file, and using Rodico I've just tidied up the back of the dial, which could have a bit of dust and stuff on it as a result. I'm just doing the front as well, the date window, make sure there's nothing on there, and then I'm going to place the dial down on there. I'm going to whip it over, and I'm going to put the actual crown for it in, and then we'll think about popping our hands on. I've not put the actual crown in yet. It's pointless actually, isn't it? So I've wound it round to 12 o'clock, so the date's just flicked over. We know we're at 12 o'clock, so I can put the hands on. I'd lost the pusher. You can't see this, but the hole in this pusher sits on top of the hour pinion, which is what you want basically. So we line the hour hand up to the 12 o'clock position, put it over. See if we can push it on gently-ish. It's probably not lined up, you just got to give it a bit of a wiggle. Oh, do you know, that's absolutely perfect. And it is perfect. It is absolutely perfect, that. Doesn't often happen that you line a hand up perfectly. Indeed, it's often a shit show. sort of doing the same thing there. This one's sort of slightly more difficult. I can take that particular head off the pusher and give myself a smaller head, so that I can push this down as well without taking it too far. So where we are at the moment is it's sort of slightly on, but I want it better lined up, and that is that job. It doesn't really need to be any better than that. I just want it a little bit more onto the pinion there, and just see if that. See how I'm just going to see how much clearance there is between the hour and the minute. So the hour hand can do with just being going a bit further down the pinion onto towards the face actually there, and that's perfection for that one. So it's still quite high off the dial. I could do worse than just slipping that under there and just bringing her up and leveling her up with the top of the dial marker, as it's going to be one of my favourites. I think we'll just take the time to make that absolutely perfection. And it is perfection. That is perfection. I think I might actually be getting better at this. I don't know. That was a stupid thing to say, wasn't it? I'm gonna fucking fuck this up now, aren't I? What a stupid thing to say. I'm gonna put some light on the subject for this second hand, because they are always incredibly difficult. And I've done one of these sets of hands before, and it was, I don't know whether because this hand is particularly tricky or what, but it seemed to be the most difficult I've ever done. Yeah, I thought that was in. I'm maybe just going to get the dial protector for while I do this, because I remember this one being a bit of a nightmare. So I don't want to go through the same rigmarole and be scratching my lovely silver face. Wonders will never cease. That looks great, doesn't it? It's miles off the other hand, so just not convinced that the minute hand just doesn't want lifting a tiny bit. Yeah, that's it. Looks going to look cool as that goes around there now. Alrighty. Let's turn that over. And the thing. Start it up. That allows me to take off the, don't know where I'm at. Use the crown, why not? I'll take the back off this watch. I've got the verniers. They're set at 6 because everything seems to be 6. Well, that one's not. Oh no, that one really isn't. It's there, which is 7. So we're going to have to take 7mm off the crown. So I'm just going to expose the lever. Press down, remove the crown. That's good. I think at this stage I'm going to put the case back on to at least finger tight. What that should do is ensure that the movement is locked down or locked against the case. God, it does look good, that, doesn't it? It does look good. That's a beautiful watch, that is. So I'll take the stem, I'll measure it. So we've got it measured. I'd say that's a bit, it's probably 1/2 mil too short if I cut that exactly on the spot where we're intending to cut it. So I'll maybe do that just a tiny bit. I'll just give myself a tiny bit of leeway on that, I think. Probably just done a mil too much. Well, we're going to find out in a sec. I've cut it twice. It's down to the bare mins. I just want to make sure that I'm not going to thread this. It's the usual complication is not to thread it. So I'll wind it on about as tight as you can get it. That's it. Now that's either going to be brilliant or terrible, as is the sort of general choice in these things. No, I have actually cut that too short, so that's a cock up. So I need my smallest screwdriver, which I'll get out of my case of screwdrivers. I seem to have many. I think that one's about the smallest. There might be one a bit smaller. We'll just see if that fits in the strap. I thought they were actually. I beg your pardon. They're not. So this is a device for taking links out of straps. I might reduce the magnification, I think, on
thing. If you look in the strap, there's an arrow. Generally, there is an arrow that tells you which way to press it out. That's the correct way to press these out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the very bottom. I don't think it really matters actually, it's not a tapering strap. So I won't take the very bottom one out, I'll take this one out. Just give the strap something to something push against it. So that's one link. I'm going to take 2 links out of here. So I'm going to go cut the links up. Not that one, but this one. You can see how they hold in now, can't you? Because they've got, I mean, it's effectively a split pin. And all I really need is my little tool. Just put that on there and then just press that in so that the thing's nice and flat against the... You really want to be absolutely cock on about it. That's it. Yeah, just give it an extra little bit. Get it down in there and liking that. All right, I'm going to offer that up to my wrist for a second. So I'll put that there, and then I think it's the same on this particular side, which is to say a couple of links can come out. So we'll start I'll not take this one out. Pippin's helping me along, that's not eggnog this time, it's his brother. Put that there. Out. I'll join the 4 links that I've taken out together and stick them in a bag for safekeeping. Put this down on here. Get one of the split pins. Check that down in there. Yep, that's the correct way. I was just checking that I was putting it back in the way that it came out, which I am. It's gone in, but I'm just going to give it a little bit extra. There we go. How's about that then? That is the absolute doggies, isn't it? 62 MAS style. Stainless original diver's watch with no crown protection, which really defines that original watch. And I'm loving that silver face. That's absolutely cracking. See you next time.